Hello there, Scorpios. Welcome to your mid-August 2017 tarot reading. So, let us pull back our energies for the month of August, September, and to really tie up loose ends, okay? Because I feel like in the October, November time frame of this year, you're literally going to hit the ground running. So, you need to get everything lined up. You need to get your financial situation sorted out. And what I mean by that is if you have financial entanglements with other people, you need to make sure that assets are divided up cleanly. You need to be very clear about where you stand on the financial foundation with another person. And you need to just, sort out how much is coming in. How much do I need to save? How much do I need to allocate for certain things, certain expenditures in my life right now so that I can be certain of how much I need to be, giving out or earning by the October, November timeframe. I feel that you need to really, really get that sorted out because once you hit the ground running, in the later part of this year, I feel like you're not going to have time. You're not going to have, the luxury of timing on your side to go back and sort this out. Even if you were to sort this out at a later date, especially October and November, I feel like it's just gonna, it's like you're gonna be, neck deep in a lot of things. So sorting this out is not going to be as easy as it is if you had, taken the time to sort it out right now. So please get that taken care of, okay? Especially if you are financially linked up or you're thinking about financially linking up with another person. Get things squared away on your end, okay? I feel as if some of you are dealing with an authority figure at work, and for many of you, I feel like this is a male figure. This is somebody that is graying, so I feel like he might be a little bit on the older side. He might be, his health, I feel like, is not at his best, and I also feel that he is clinging on, he's hanging on, he's trying to, portray the image of, I'm strong, everything is fine, I can take care of myself, I can handle this, I can take it. But I do feel internally, he's dealing with a lot of family, like personal issues at home. He's dealing with, I feel like some back pain, and I do feel like some, just the wear and tear on the body as he ages. So I feel like this is somebody where he might be dealing with physical symptoms, and it might create a very ornery, a very like grouchy person. Like it can, affect his demeanor for the worse. So he might be extra demanding, extra grouchy, and just, grumpy in the work front. So this is something you want to anticipate, and you also want to give him, that leeway, that sympathy, that understanding too, because I feel like he wasn't always like this. He just became like this recently. And so, give him that benefit of the doubt, because I feel like he's dealing with some internal aches and pains, okay? For some of you, it could be like a boss, a supervisor. For others of you, a father that you're dealing with, okay? If it's like a home-based business, I feel like this is somebody directly kind of like in charge of you. And I do feel that he's dealing with some things. It could be emotional or even physical, but I do see more physical symptoms. I do see leg pains. I do see like muscle spasm. I do feel like diminishing energy as well, where he's kind of pushing himself a little bit too hard. And then I also feel for others of you, if this is a supervisor, it's almost like he's somebody that wants to play both sides, wants everybody to like him, so he doesn't make these difficult decisions. He's kind of like telling you to do it so that you might come out to be the bad guy rather than him. So I do feel there are some issues here in the work environment that you're dealing with. I feel like for the next 2 weeks, so keep in mind this reading is going to run roughly from the 15th to the end of August. I see somebody coming through, and they're like, let me just tell you what I want. Let me tell you what's going to happen. And of course, they're going to, give you some half attempt at a plan. They're going to give you some half-baked plan, and you're just like, wait a minute, let's back up a little bit. Let me tell you what's going to happen. So I feel like you're taking a very no-nonsense approach when it comes to not tolerating people coming in with half-baked plan. I feel like they're coming in with all of these ideas, and you're the one that is going to have to make these difficult decisions by telling them you haven't done the work. You're not, you don't know what you're saying. So I feel like those words will literally escape your lips. And I feel like you might be a little bit frustrated that people are coming to you when they haven't done the proper research, when they haven't done the proper, like the business proposal from their end, or they haven't really looked at the figures closely, or they're just not realistic with their expectations. And so I see you having to do this with at least 3 people. And I feel like your words are going to cut just a little bit. So I want you to tone down and soften your approach a little bit, because I feel like some of you are influenced by the fact that, the person that the authority figure that you're dealing with is like difficult. And so you might be internalizing the frustration that is creeping in when you deal with him, and then you might take that out on other people. So I just want you to be a little bit careful. For some of you, someone is coming in, and I feel like it might be a relationship partner or an ex-relationship partner, like an ex that you are still financially linked up with. And they're like, let's do this, let's do that, let's see if this is going to work. And you're just like, no, let me show you, or let me tell you what I want and what I expect. And so you're going to be very clear and vocal and decisive about, what do we need to move the relationship forward, okay? I also feel somebody that you're living with, sharing space with, who is in your housing environment. There might be a little bit of troublesome news related to them, okay? So it could be family member if you're living with them. It could be a romantic partner. It could be, a myriad of people, as long as you're sharing living physical space with them. I feel like they're going to come in and they're going to present you with some news, and they might even ask for advice. What do I do? They might even ask for your expertise, and I feel like you're going to need to maintain your composure and really walk them through the process, okay? And I feel that I feel a very strong air sign in your midst. So this is Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Somebody you're sharing space with, somebody you're living with, and somebody that is that you're going to have a very serious discussion with. I feel like this energy might not be contained in the last 2 weeks of the month. It might drag out from now until September, but I do feel a very serious conversation that needs to be had as to some major change around based on living arrangements, or based on what do we do moving forward. So I do feel like there might be some jarring energy, a falling out, a dispute, an argument, or something like that. But they are coming in, and they are going to want to have a sit-down conversation with you and talk about things. Others of you, career looks very, very good. And I just did the Libra reading, and I mentioned for them, you have a very good placement. This is an astrological placement that is Jupiter going into Scorpio on October 10th, 2017. And I feel like that's when a lot of good opportunities will be coming into the picture. So for those of you who have suffered from, relationships that have really gone nowhere, and relationships that left you, with an emotional void, I feel like you're going to have a lot more luck after the October time frame. So make yourself available to date, okay? But I do feel the time from now until October, it's all about tying up loose ends, letting things go from the past, and figuring out, moving forward, how you can be financially independent, how you can be emotionally independent. And so you can reap a lot of rewards coming through with this Jupiter transit happening on October 10th of this year. And so what I would advise you to do is, put a little bit of a stop on the dating situation for now, and revisit it in the October timeframe, because it seems like you have other things that you need to tie up, and you might use relationship as a little bit of a distraction, okay? The other thing coming through here, they are really telling you to, reassess where you are keeping yourself a little bit too, I want to say like too sequestered. So I feel many of you, your social life is lacking, And it would be a good time for you to, re-engage with old friends, reach out a little bit, make time to really improve your social life. It's not just about gym, work, home. It's not just about those three things. It's about finding more meaning in life, reaching out, doing things that you loved or enjoy as a child, and especially carving the time to really do recreational activities. So if you are, single, carving time out to, network, to socially or even professionally network, going to seminars, attending, book clubs even, to just kind of to try to find that community that you really identify with. And then for others, if you have children, network with other parents. Make sure you expand your social circle a little bit. There will be a lot more opportunities to do that towards the end of the year, but I do feel a lot of you, rather than distracting yourself with relationships that really go nowhere, it would be good to, devote yourself with friendships, because I feel like that's where they can be rebuilt, and that's where they're going to be a lot more long lasting and stable. Okay? I want to end this reading on the final note here, and they're mentioning in 4 months your career is really going to blossom. Okay, it's really, really going to thrive. It's really going to blossom. And I also feel as well you're going to be in high demand. So I do see a lot of people who are experts in their field coming to you for consultations. I also feel like organizations, it could be even be like people headhunting you, wanting you to work for them. So people coming through like a representative from an institution, an organization, or something like that. And then I also feel individuals coming in to see you for consultations as well. So I do feel you have a lot on your plate that will be breaking through and emerging in 4 months' time. So we need to spend all of August, all of September to really solidify some things so that we can start with a clean slate, so that we can forge ahead with a path that is less burdensome, that is a lot more in alignment with your energy, which is, this no-nonsense approach to life, this very methodical, career ladder-oriented energy. So I feel like doing that, spending the time to properly do that and do that right is going to be very good for you, okay? And then from the October, November timeframe, I do see a lot of gatherings, a lot of social functions, social/professional functions that you might need to attend even though you might not want to. I also see a lot of family get-togethers like weddings, anniversaries, engagement parties, bridal showers, baby showers. I also feel as well there might be addition to your family. So that can be people marrying into the family, people having children, taking on the surname. I also want you to be very, very careful when it comes to, unplanned pregnancies and things like that. And I feel like this energy is coming up now, but it will continue for the next 4 months. So just be very, very careful. Ladies out there, if you are not expecting, if you are not planning to get pregnant, I do feel that you need to be extra careful when it comes to your method of, your personal method of birth control. Okay. And then, guys out there, if you are not planning to get pregnant, get somebody else pregnant or have children, you also need to take up, the responsibilities from your end. Okay. It's a two-way street. And so, I do feel a lot of new things are in store for you, but this is a month to draw your energy back and to sort out loose ends, tie up loose ends, so you can be on your merry way when October rolls around, okay? So I wish you the very best, and I feel like the next 2 weeks, the energy needs to be busy, but it feels like you're just like, it feels like internally you might not have the motivation to get a lot of things done, and that's okay. Don't beat yourself up over it. But I do feel that some things need to be sorted out. So that means, tie up loose ends so that you don't have it hanging over your head, okay? Take care of yourself, Scorpios. I wish you the best. Bye-bye.